Okay, this is basically a spell to wreck the sex life of a couple, to push on a breakup. Sometimes you have to hit breakups from many different angles, and the sex life is a good place to begin with, because sometimes couples, even though they break up, they'll still go back for sex and stuff. So I've got this penis candle, and I have also the client was able to send me. Uh, he was able to send me some links with regards to the targets, and I was able to put a few bits and pieces. Squeezed in at the top there is a little bit of something that holds DNA with regards to like I said, the target. And with regards to the vagina candle, I was able to squeeze at the bottom and seal it over with wax. A little piece of the link he'd sent me. Links are good because uh, especially if the target has touched something or drank out of a cup. The DNA is there, and it's a really good link. So I don't advise you to put pictures underneath the items, the candles, because it's a fire hazard. I like to put my pictures underneath the plate. I called forth the Holy Death, and the Holy Death knows who we're talking about anyway, but I still, write on the petition what I want to happen, and I want this couple just to be turned off each other, can't stand each other, not be fulfilled around each other, that sort of thing. So I have put some impotence oil on this, on this candle, along with some sulfur, some cursed black salt to bring about a breakup. I've got some powder that I use for, to take out the heat out of a sexual relationship. Some communication, block communication oil. I'm just going to put some on her candle as well. Also, I do be careful not to use anything like chili or cayenne pepper, because sometimes that can actually ramp up the sex life. So I sort of err to the side of caution with regards to that. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, but each to their own. This is a separation oil. So, just going to spread it around the little candle. You don't need, the candles are self-explanatory. So, I've also, should I say, scratched the names and dates of birth on the candles. So this is some sulfur. Again, it's not too much. It's just enough to, one moment, it's just enough to get the message across. I don't want to, like I said, use chilies or anything along those lines. I'm just etching on a little sigil kind of thing. Okay. This guy's a bit unstable at the moment. One moment. So we're basically just saying that intimacy will be painful. So I'm heating up a little nail, and I'm going to place that through the center of the vagina candle. Oh, that's hot. Be careful. So if you have, sexual fluid, that's another really good thing to have. That could be on a piece of tissue, which could be ground down and, put over the top of the candles. That's another really good option. So I'm saying into myself, in the name of Santissima Muerte, your sex life is dead. It is nothing. One second. You will be turned off each other. You will hate the sight of each other. She will only find satisfaction with the client. He will not be the target. This is him. He will not find any sexual interest with her. It is all gone. It is no more. There is no passion. There is no lust. There is no connection. There is no bond. It is now severed. In the name of the Holy Death, I call this forth. May you grant this. May you intercede. May you take away whatever lust they share. Take it away. It is unhealthy. This guy is an abuser, just to let you know. So this is well deserved. Take it away. May she find true love with the client. True love and how to be loved emotionally, physically, and spiritually by him, not by the target. Santissima Muerte, I place this in your capable, loving hands. Take this, take it away, and I leave it with you. And once it has been complete, I will reward you and thank you for everything that you've done. I've also got a tiny little black candle that I'm going to place just here. I normally use candle holders, but in this Aladdin's cave I've lost it. But just know that you really should support candles, because I've seen too many accidents, fatal accidents in the occult community, especially of late. So please be careful. So I'm thanking Saint Death for her help. I'm thanking her for coming here and listening to me. I have good faith in Santissima Muerte. I know she will help. The client has great faith in Santissima Muerte, which plays a big part in it also. I'm asking Holy Death to come forth and to basically cut the chains of this toxic relationship. We really want to start by breaking this sexual unhealthy, bond. So that's what we're asking for. And Santissima Muerte is a really fast acting saint. But sometimes when people have commitments together, be it, marriage, whatever, it can take a bit of time. Also, people are emotionally dependent on each other, and that has to be worked, if you know what I mean. But I have great faith in her, and I think that, it's important to have that faith in her as well, if you're getting any work done or if you're praying to her and stuff. So anyway, I will be doing this over 5 nights, maybe longer. Once this is burnt out, I'll take the remaining wax to the cemetery, because of the nature of the working and it being a death of the sex life. This will go to the graveyard. And again, if you're going to do this, be careful. Make sure you take your cleansing baths afterwards. I've said before, sage, let me see, Epsom salt, sage, sea salt, hyssop, Florida water, limpia, egg limpia, whatever you do, visualize. I also visualize my chakras being cleaned of all the negativity, and when I shower, I visualize all the negativity going down the plug hole. But like I said, everyone is very different, but make sure you do that. And if you are leaving any remains in the graveyard, always leave something at the gate on the way in. I leave 3 coins. Uh, if you're going to be, if you feel an urge to be pulled towards a grave, again, be very careful, please. You're probably best just leaving it somewhere in the graveyard, playing it safe if you're a newbie. But if you are, called towards a spirit, in the graveyard, make sure you have some sort of offering, on hand, and you could place the candle remains at the side of the grave where it's not noticeable to any of the, family if they come to visit the grave, kind of thing. Or leave a few coins or a little tiny bottle, the little small bottles of liqueur, uh, or vodka, or something small, but it's still a gift. Or you could even open it and pour it at the grave, for the spirit to consume it. Even flowers. Flowers is something I do quite often, because when you're carrying flowers in the graveyard, even if it's late at night, it looks normal. Maybe not late at night, it looks normal, but if you're caught, at least you have the flowers rather than a bottle of booze. But anyway, the graveyard is very close to my home, and I have easy access to it, and it's okay that way. But anyway, so I'll be lighting this up, and I'll just place this, at the front of her altar, and we'll see how things go. So the client, like I said, the client has great faith in her, and given a bit of time, I'd like to see how things change and move. Uh, uh, you could do, once this is done, a red run of the penis candle and the vagina candle for the, if you're doing it for yourself, you could do the, to spice up your sex life with the person, if you're intimate with that person, of course, to build the bond. But to me, this is more a starting point for the breakup. Kill the sex life. When they find no interest in each other anymore, they'll start looking elsewhere, kind of thing, and that's what we want. So I'm going to leave that with you. Please like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to get back to you all very soon. I'm behind with videos as usual. I'll try my best to get them out really soon for you. People don't realize, I think, basically, I have a lot of videos that go out, and these videos, even though they're maybe 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it takes a lot of work putting it together. And especially if I'm doing it for every single client, I may have to knock these videos in the head a little bit and shorten them down, even though I really, really love giving clients a long video and stuff. That's the thing. I have to sort of knock things on the head a bit, because it's just taking a long time for me to get things put together, and I'm falling behind sending people out their work. People think that once the spell is done, the video comes directly straight after that. I try to get it out to you as soon as possible, but it does take time, like I said. But anyway, I'm going to put some more powders. I'm going to put some destruction. I've got this destruction powder. I've got some on the penis candle, but I'm putting it on the vagina candle. Just watch out as well, because the oils can be flammable. So that's really it. You could rub a tiny little bit of vinegar to sour things. And so it's a little bit cramped, but I've sort of managed to squeeze the plate onto the table, and I will be watching this mindfully, very, very, intensely, just in case anything goes wrong. I don't want these candles to spill over, but yeah, this is one of the altars I have to her. It's a busy altar. It's cram-packed. I really need to downsize it, I think. And there's a lot of work needs deployed here as well. There's a lot of curse work that really does need deployed. I like to keep curse work on her altar for quite a while, because it's picking up the energy from her. And but yeah, it really is a work in progress, this altar. I have Jesus Malverde beside her, as you've probably heard me saying before, because Jesus and Santissima Muerte are both folk saints, Mexican folk saints, and his story is something I keep intending to tell on the channel. It's interesting, and he's a wonderful saint, and I really need to go into details about Jesus Malverde, and they get on great together. Some say that Santa Muerte doesn't share her altar with anyone, but she's fine with him. They've been together on this altar for a few years now, so everything's okay. So that's it, and I'll be keeping an eye on this and see how things go. So I look forward to your questions or concerns or whatever. This candle, this penis candle, is dripping at the front, which is really strange. And it's smoking. That's a bit strange too. I'm liking the action. We're getting early action here. It's only been lit for a few minutes and there's some action. There's also a second flame has appeared on it. So yeah, this is really, oh wow, there's a lot of strange smoke coming out of it. This is a good sign for me. This is a good sign. I'm really liking this. So I'll let you all know. That's why I'm getting excited. I'll let you know how things go with this spell. I do have some results that I need to let you all know, because people ask about results and I really need to update you on that as well. And hopefully I'll get some sort of a page put together where I can display results, because I think it's important. I've been putting that off for a long time because I keep saying that reviews, can be bought. Anyone can write a review, and I was always very dead against that. But I think at the end of the day, I need to do that. So anyway, that's it. I'll speak to you all again soon.